Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from Group 13. We would like to present our material that is talking about cross-cultural representations of otherness in media discourse. In our group, there are three of us. The first one is Nova Utama, the second is Muhammad Fikri Reskianto, and the last member is Siti Nabila Iva. So first, so for the first material, news as discourse. News as discourse divided into three parts. The first one is roles. News has many roles. There are social, political, and educational. News in the written press is a specific kind of mass media discourse, which for many people enjoys is as a privileged and prestigious position in our cultures. And for the functions, there are report or recontextualization. And in approach, we use multimodal approach to analyze text and images. The second speaker, Papagila Utama. Time is yours.
Okay, I will continue the material. The special status of news as discourse. News in the written press is a specific kind of mass media discourse, which for many people enjoys a privileged and prestigious position in our culture's hierarchy of values. The concept of news is ambiguous. News as recontextualization. News is a discourse about the social practice which always takes place outside the context of the practice and within the context of another one. As soon as one writes or speaks about any social practice, one is already recontextualizing. The moment we are recontextualizing, we are transforming and creating other practices. Media texts are recontextualization that not only representation social practices, they also have to explain and legitimate, in other words, they have to make explicit that why of their representations, the use of the voices of experts, for instance, is one of the legitimatory. The next slide. Criteria of newsworthiness. News values, Galtung and Ruch, 1973. First is immediacy. Has it happened recently? Familiarity. Is it culturally close to us? Amplitude. Is it a big event that affects large numbers? Frequency. Does the event happen often? Unambiguity. Is it clear and definite? Predictability. Did we expect it to happen? Surprise. Is it rare or unexpected event? Continuity. Has it previously been defined as news? Prominent nations or people, big countries or celebrities. Personalization. Is it a human interest story? Negativity. Is it a bad news? And last is balance. And finally, fun story to balance bad news. I think that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you. So the third speaker, Muhammad Fikri Reskianto. Time is yours.
I want to explain about the theory of Kress and Van Leeuwen in 1966. The true value or credibility of statements about the world, visual images can represent the world as though it is real, naturalistic, or as though it is fantastic and imaginary. Naturalistic reality is defined on the basis of how much correspondence there is between the visual representation of an object and what we normally see of that object with the naked eye, according to EBIT page 160. If we examine the British newspaper headlines quoted above, we can see that the words in bold, it colleagues always add some kind of negative evaluation to the topic being treated. Next slide. Linguistic recontextualization. In order to see how far the lexical supports the visual representation, here are examples from the BBC World Service Corpus and 100 from the other newspapers. Quotation related to the world of finance and politics are less frequent. Some illustrative extracts taken from the data are the following. The first one is Carmen Miranda with their images of Brazil as a happy place. The second one is Gal Costa dressed as a Brazilian dance king shoot with red dress. The headlines are indicative of themes and of the criterion of negativity. The first one, corruption claims shake Brazil's faith in Lula's party. The second one is burning issue for Brazilians, a homeless Brazilian who died after being set on fire. The headline referring to other Latin American countries are no different. The first one, Chile's secretive and controversial dignity colony. The second one is figures to die for Argentina. A Viola reports from Buenos Aires to the world. The third one is capital of eating disorders. Thank you.
So the conclusions of our presentation, there are three. The first one is First World uses colonial discursive practices to represent the other through processes of denigration and difference. The second one, the Third World uses post-colonial forms of resistance through humor and sarcasm. And the last one is media discourses construe status of affairs that can be harmful to many people. The awareness of their processes, strategies, and points of view is of utmost importance. So that's all from us. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.